Good afternoon and welcome to the 3 o'clock Nordstrom newscast. In our top stories, we will talk about the presidential primaries, America's economic outlook, and an update on dogs communicating with humans. And now with the news.
The battle to become the Democratic and Republican nominees for U.S. President has begun. This year in November, Americans will vote to elect the person they want to the next President of the United States. Some say that serving as president would be the best job on the planet. Others think that serving as the nation's leader would be the hardest job in the world. Let's consult our news editors for their opinions on the question. What top 2 qualities would you look for in an ideal candidate?
I would like to vote for the president that picks his nose and likes to eat spaghetti.
I'm going to vote for the president who is tall and wears an extra large t-shirt. I'm going to vote for the president who has an oval-shaped head and is really old.
Thank you for sharing your opinions, panelists.
Many people in the United States are concerned about the nation's economy. Gas prices are rising, home values are falling down, and the number of people without jobs are going up. President Bush and other officials are working on ways to strengthen the economy and provide help to needy people. Let's ask our discussion panel for the opinion for this question. Do you think schools should require kids to volunteer in their communities to help those less fortunate and without jobs?
No way. They shouldn't force people to do what they want to. In fact, I think they should cancel the whole school thing.
I've learned from past experiences that you shouldn't run over cows that go moo.
I think kids should work in the community only if they want to.
Personally, I think that it should be optional if they want to or not. It's their own choice.
Thank you, panelists, for sharing your insights with us.
Have you ever wished you could understand what your dog was saying when he barked? A new computer program developed by scientists in Hungary have developed software that can understand a dog's bark better than humans can. So dog whisperers put the cards down and fold. They say it can tell they could say it could tell if a bark means a dog wants to go out for a walk or play in the backyard. Let's find out what our guest panel has to say about this. If your dog could speak, who do you think he or she might sound like? For example, SpongeBob, John Wayne, or Celine Dion.
My dog would have to sound like Fat Albert. Okay.
I think my dog would sound like Britney Spears.
I, for one, would have to say my dog would have to sound like Freddy Krueger.
Bye. Thanks, panel, for the barking up this tree. Ha ha ha. And now for a commercial break.
Winter's over! And it's time for Banana Boat Sunscreen. 30 SPF. It's waterproof, ultra sweat-proof, and non-greasy. Coming soon to stores near you.
And now the Sportscast. Our top stories this afternoon cover the San Jose Sharks' phenomenal season record and China prepares for the 2008 Olympic Summer Games. It was a disappointing night for the Sharks as their 11-game winning streak was broken by a 2-1 shootout lost to Edmonton last night. However, they remain one game out of first place in the Western Conference. The Sharks will visit Los Angeles tonight in a 7:30 p.m. matchup. Now, Ethan, what other sports are exciting to you and why?
Now, Garrett, basketball is a very exciting game to me, which reminds me of the Warriors game against the Boston Celtics a couple of weeks ago. It was a very physical
very physically played game. For I remember one instance where Ray Allen slammed Monte Ellis while he was catching an inbounds pass. While he dribbled it up the court, he got slammed while shooting a layup by Allen. The refs did call a foul on that because he got knocked to the floor. The Warriors' superstar and point guard, Baron Davis, scored the final winning shot in the last seconds of the game as the Warriors won the game 119 to 117.
Yes, Garrett. In Detroit, Michigan, at the Monster Jam, Gravedigger, one of the most famous monster trucks, was destroyed in half. But then suddenly he was hit by maximum destruction, and after the game I went down to ask him what happened. They said it was body failure.
Racing's for me. I forget their names, but numbers 17, 25, and 30. It was the last lap, and all the other cars were way behind. They kept passing each other over and over again until finally number 30 won.
Well, that's an easy question for me. I love dance. I'm passionate about it. My favorite thing is swirling around in circles in ballet or kicking your legs up high like in the can-can, which reminds me of one of my dance competitions last week. It was so easy. We did the can-can first, and then we swirled around in beautiful ballet twirls. It was so easy, and we won.
And thank you for your insights.
Did you know that the Summer Olympic Games begin on August 8th in Beijing, China? The Olympic flame will be lit in Olympia, Greece, according to tradition, on March 24th, 2008. The torch relay will travel across Greece, ending at the handover ceremony at the Olympic Stadium on March 31st, 2008. On a local note, the Olympic torch will be passing through San Francisco on April 9th. We're asking our field reporters, if you could go back in time, what do you think it would be like to carry the Olympic torch for the Games?
If I could hold the Olympic torch, I think it would be a very great experience and a great privilege.
I'd say carrying and holding the Olympic torch would be breathtaking and fascinating.
I think it would be really exciting to carry or hold the Olympic torch. I think it would be an honor to hold it, and I'd feel very respected.
Thank you to our field reporters for their comments. Let's take another commercial break.
This mustard is the best. This peanut butter is #1. Let's celebrate! Peanut butter mustard time! Peanut butter mustard time! Peanut butter mustard time! Get some peanut butter and mustard! Yay!
Tony Hawk's American Wasteland Special Edition is the best game I know. You can do ollies, impossibles, or any other trick you can think of. This certain game is for PlayStation 2 only, but it is very exciting. So go to the game store to get it.
I'm so hot in here. I can help you. Hey, give me that. It's great for the summer. You'll get soaked. Now back to the weather.
We're going to find out what the weather is like around the country. Let's talk to our field reporters across the country.
There are severe weather warnings, including snow and rain in the Midwest and East Coast. Philadelphia is experiencing heavy cloud coverage with a chance of rain. It's raining heavily in Chicago today. Thunderstorms are expected in Dallas tonight. San Francisco is mostly foggy skies with sun by the end of the week.
In San Diego, it's clear and warm with humidity level at normal. It's clear and sunny in Honolulu, Hawaii, with no rain in the forecast. In Anchorage, Alaska, it's cold but sunny at 27 degrees at noon at 12 noon today. Spring officially arrives on Wednesday at 10:48 p.m.
And that's the weather across our country. And now a word from our sponsors.
This is the best umbrella I've ever used. It blocks every single drop of rain. Now, my clothes will stay dry.
Are you kidding me? This is the best umbrella in the world. Watch. Whoa! I meant to do that!
Yeah, right.
What you doing? I'm using my SPS. What's your SPS? Super Potato Smasher. Awesome. Cool. SPS, Super Potato Smasher.
We want to thank you for tuning in and getting the best up-to-date information from Nordstrom School in Morgan Hill. Thanks Larry, Jean, and Jack. Thank you and good night.